So we need to talk about this further because I think it is an interesting discussion about whether or not this is a needle mover and if this is what Spurs absolutely need to be doing. Let's welcome in Sonny Snelling now from talkSPORT's Inside Spurs. Sonny, the money has been flowing. You've been spending. You've been ambitious. You've been willing to change the tide at Spurs and do things that you haven't done. Spend on big wages. Compete for transfer budgets. Pay over the odds because you need to improve. Is this the type of signing, though, that you should be making? Is this what Spurs need?
Yeah, good afternoon, chaps. I mean, yeah, I think it is because Ali just said there, it's not an improvement. If you watched our front line, I call them the Fab Four we saw at the weekend. Tell, Moore, Gallagher and Richarlison. It's just not a top four, a front four that is going to compete for top four, you could say. I just am really worried when I watch that front line and they just couldn't do anything. They couldn't create chances. Don't get me wrong, Savinho, or Savio as he's now being, the artist formerly known as Savinho, he's just not been at the level that we expected when he was at Girona, when he was at Troyes, when he was at PSV, linking up with Xavi Simons. But what we need is a creator, a guy who can hold onto the ball, and hopefully he can do that because at the moment Spurs are just, they've got the hangover from last year again.
We were talking earlier on the show, me and Flexi. You've got so many players, son. Like what's your the players that you've got in the building now? What's your best front four?
Our best front four, what right now, not including Marmoush?
You can include him if you want, but like, say everyone's fit. What's Spurs' best front four?
That's a really good question because that's the thing when everyone's fit and they haven't been fit.
They don't know. They haven't seen it. Yeah.
I'd say if it comes off, our best front three would be Savio on the left, Kudus on the right, Marmoush through the middle, and Xavi Simons. But it's a long way until a few of them. I mean, De Zerbi's done his press conference ahead of Charlton and said that, Kudus is still not fit. Kulusevski's still not fit. We're just, a long way. And a lot of Tottenham fans, including myself, I didn't get as excited as I was getting last year because I thought we were going to turn a massive corner last year and we didn't. But this year I was thinking, the amount we spend and all that. But there's still a long way to go. You say all the stereotypes, Rome wasn't built in a day and all that, but it's going to take a long while to get there. And that side we saw against Brentford at the weekend, probably we won't see that exact lineup ever again for Spurs because there'll be tweaks here and there. We need Porro back, we need Van der Ven back. I think Savinho or Savio is going to be a good player for us, a creator. I think Marmoush is the one who moves the needle really, a goal scorer. He's going to be really that focal point up top.
Will he be the centre forward, Marmoush? Is that where he'll play?
Yeah, definitely, because, Richarlison at the weekend was an absolute disgrace. Couldn't hold the ball up, couldn't do anything. From the goal where Kinski plays out, you want him to sort of hold off the Brentford defender. He just can't do it. He's just not got that capability anymore. There's a lot of Spurs fans who cling on to Richarlison, but unfortunately he's not the man. But yeah, Marmoush. But he doesn't know. He went to press at the weekend. He's like a headless chicken. He does the pigeon. He's a headless chicken.
Yeah, he's a different bird. I don't know, mate. I'll be honest with you, Sonny. I'm looking at Savinho coming in, and I'm going, nah, not for me, mate. £85 million.
Yeah, but
or
the money is
rising to, right?
But also, we've done this deal with City. It's like a job lot, so we're paying a bit cheaper for Marmoush. We've gone. Do you want to take our dregs? It's a combined job lot fee. It's like we've gone down Romford Market and done a little deal, and you're allowed to do that. But because of the sell-on clause for Marmoush and to Frankfurt and all that. But yeah, I know what you mean.
I think you could be looking at it in a little while, mate. I'm not trying to do the Spursy thing or you're just destined for doom. I understand why you spent big on Fernandes and Tonali. I think they are needle movers. I think that's what you pay to get those type of players through the door. Probably shouldn't cost that much, but hey ho, people are in for them. They're top players. That you do it. These two, less so Marmoush. I think the sample size is a bit bigger in terms, especially in Germany. To be fair, when he was doing really well,
yeah,
he was really good. So okay, you go centrally maybe. I think. Do you know what the worst thing is? I think that Savinho is a Spurs player, which I kind of mean it disrespectfully, but not. I feel like
definitely mean it disrespectfully.
No, but you know what I mean. I'm like, yeah.
You're saying he's a Spurs player, but he's not that good.
Yeah,
so you are being disrespectful.
Yeah, but like, do you know what I'm getting at? I'm just like, yeah.
He was literally meant to come to us a year ago. We've got to remember that, and that's why I think a lot of Spurs fans are a bit like. I mean, when it got announced today, the Spurs account was even like, oh, it's finally happened. I was like, yeah, it was meant to happen a year ago. He's been wanting to come for a year. And also, De Zerbi's announced that he, wanted him at Brighton. But I'll tell you what was good, and this is a bit where I'm getting a bit of hope and faith, is De Zerbi's done a little interview. They've played it out on Tottenham's Twitter account. And it's usually, I can't wait to work with a player. He's actually was explaining what Savio needs to do to change his game and improve. And I'm like, okay, now this is where I'm starting to get on board with this manager. Obviously, the weekend's not good enough. Very poor result. I feel like we're part of the losers club, us three, aren't we? Old Villa and Man United as well.
We are, mate. We're all mud.
But we all need to turn corners. Spend money, improve squads, big turnovers in midfield and up top for your side, Villa. Dan, there's a lot to go on. All these new managers in the league, and I think we just expect instant results and Tonali to be balling out like he's Rodri or something. But yeah, I'm still going to keep some faith because I've kept it for the last 2 years. I might as well go again.
So, Sonny, talk to us then, right? If with these two through the door, is that the complete rebuild that Spurs were looking for? Is that every position covered? Obviously, you can't just keep buying and buying and buying because you do have players that, touch wood, will come back healthy again. People like Abbi Summers, people like, of course, Maddison's nearly there. Kudus is, I think, nearly there.
Kulusevski's the big one.
Kulusevski's a difficult one because I think at one point it looked like, is he going to play again? This injury was so bad, and he's been out of the game for what? Since the Europa League final?
Didn't play
just before that
last season, did he?
Yeah,
a couple of weeks before the Europa League final.
Couple of weeks before. What was that going on? A year and a half? What's that? Year and a half? 2 years? What's that?
Yeah, a year and a bit.
Year and a bit. So a long time out. So you can't expect anything from him. You got players still in there like Bergvall, young players like Archie Gray. You got a lot of players. Is that the rebuild complete with these two over the line, or would you say you still need more?
I mean, there's still these rumours about Cody Gakpo that don't seem to be going away.
Yeah,
I assume Mikey Moore from the weekend, he'll get loaned out again. Hopefully gets like a, Villa need another winger. You can have Mikey Moore. Think that'd be a good little loan spell.
He's not experienced enough. We only signed players with 30 years old.
Let them go on that show, innit? So, I mean, my one worry still is the goalkeeper slightly. I think, Kinski had a weird season, didn't he? Because he had the situation at Atletico Madrid. Then he sort of did save us and stop the relegation because he made some huge saves, especially against Everton, against Leeds. A few good saves in there.
Brighton.
But when you see a player like James Trafford go to Leeds and you see how good he is,
should have got him. 100%.
You're like, but then the thing is, that's 11 new players then.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be 9 if we do these 3. So, I mean, it's just, I've never known anything quite like it. Obviously, some of them are going to be squad players, Robertson, Senesi, but we just need to get, Van der Ven, Poro, a doggy. Like, the fitness, I'd say, is more important sometimes than just more. Trying to get. Exactly, yeah.
All right, I want this from you, Sonny. No sitting on the fence here, because every time I speak to Spurs fans, they don't want to commit.
Who's that, Abby?
Absolutely her. and some others as well, to be honest with you, but specifically her, right? I know you're better than this. Talk to me about what expectations should be, because I don't want to hear, you got to remember we finished back-to-back 17th, so if we can just get in page 1, top half, 10th, with the money that's been spent, the expectation will rise. What is a good season for 1 game a week? That's all I heard last year. 1 game a week's easy.
Yeah.
What is Spurs' expectation this year? What's a good season?
I'd say a good season, because what we've got to remember is De Zerbi has been in the building. He's had a whole pre-season. He came in 7 games before the end of the season. He's got his squad now. We've spent the money. They should click, hopefully, sooner rather than later. To me, a good season for Spurs is 6th. And I don't think that's too,
I'd agree with that.
I don't think that's too, that's not season. Aiming too high. And that's not, I mean, that sounds really, greedy, in my own opinion.
No, I think it's about right.
This season is geared up more than ever for the big 6 to be the top 6. Because they can just the clout they've got compared to everyone else. They should all finish top 6.
And there's a lot of other teams that usually are like that pest that won't go away. So, like Bournemouth and like Brighton, and because they've got European competition as well, so they could get sidetracked. Sunderland as well. So a few of the ones just below that, I think the guys who got 1 game a week, like Chelsea and Spurs, should really be taking advantage of the likes of Villa, Man United, who got a lot on the plate, etc., etc. So Newcastle got big changes, absolutely stripped their squad. So you might not have them as challenging for the Champions League.
There's only one way we get 6th, though.
Which is?
Win home games. We didn't do that.
And you got Newcastle United next.
Don't, honestly, after how I saw Brentford press, Newcastle's giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, and they've lost a lot of players, and they looked all right. They look like they're committed
Exactly.
at the very least. Sonny, top man, you didn't shy away from it. Top 6, I like that. I think that's fair. Let's see what you do, mate. Have a good day in whatever you're going on to do. Sonny Snedden there from Inside Spurs.